Welcome to episode number 9 of this Green Bay Packers Madden 22 franchise series, and today is the bid day. It's Super Bowl Sunday, Packers Ravens in Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium in LA. We're 11-6, they're 10-7. These are two wild card teams. Yes, two wild card teams made the Super Bowl. You rarely see that. You rarely see one wild card team make the Super Bowl or make it to the Super Bowl, let alone two. But here we do have two. We were the 5 seed in the NFC. Ravens were the 6 seed, or we were the 5 seed in the NFC. Ravens were the 6 seed in the AFC. As let's look at the playoff picture before we look into the yearly awards, cutscene for Super Bowl Media Day, and then we'll get into the game. As you can see, I mean, the Ravens played the Jaguars. Yes, the Jaguars were the 3 seed. The Ravens were the 6th seed. They beat them. The Ravens beat the Jaguars 35-24 in Jacksonville. Then they beat the 1-seeded Browns 17-10 in Cleveland. And then they beat the 4-seeded Bills in the AFC Championship game in Buffalo 28-11. So they won 3 road games to get to the Super Bowl. For us, we were a wild card team. We were the 5 seed. Played the 4-seeded Cardinals in the wild card round. Beat them 36-19. And because of what happened with we were the 5 seed. The 5, 6, and 7 seeds all won. So that means we actually got a home playoff game. We played the 6-seeded Cowboys, obliterated them 41-3 at Lambeau in the snow, and then we went to Minnesota to play our division rivals, who were the 1 seed. The Vikings were the 1 seed, and beat them. And they were also 11-6 because of the tiebreakers. They won the division and got the 1 seed in the first round bye. On the other hand, we, the Packers, still made the playoffs, but didn't win the division and were stuck with the 5 seed. But we played them in the NFC Championship game, beat them 31-7. That game was in Minneapolis. So the Ravens won 3 road games, and the Packers won 2 road games and 1 home game. But we weren't guaranteed that 1 home playoff game, but we did it, and like I said, obliterated the Cowboys 41-3 at Lambeau in the snow. As I do have to address one thing that's not relevant to this game. I know MLB The Show 22 did come out early for everyone, April 1st, which for me is yesterday. I'm not sure if it's going up on April 3rd or April 2nd in this video. But either way, it came out April 1st, which for me is yesterday. It came out that's early access. For everyone, it comes out, I think, April 4th or 5th. I think it's April 4th or 5th. Like I said, it comes out for everyone. So yeah, and usually I did it from GameStop the day of. I usually do that for MLB The Show and Madden while I ask for NHL for Christmas. But last year for MLB The Show 21, because it came out, last year it came out mid-April, my birthday is May 1st. And I asked for MLB The Show 21 for my birthday. I'm going to do the same thing for MLB The Show 22, although I have to wait about a month. I mean, last year I had to wait about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. Because MLB The Show 21 came out 3 weeks before my birthday. This year, obviously, MLB The Show 22 is coming out, give or take, a month before my birthday. But it's only a month, so I'm going to ask for MLB The Show 22 for my birthday. If I do get it, great. If I don't get it, then I'll buy it myself. So I will buy MLB The Show 22 myself if I don't get it for my birthday. But if I do, that's great. But I will ask for MLB The Show 22 for my birthday, and if I did it, great. If I don't get it, I will most likely buy it myself. If I don't get it for my birthday. But if I do, like I said, if I did it for my birthday, great. If I don't, then I'll most likely buy it myself. But and I'll do the yearly awards before, and then the Super Bowl Media cutscene or something. Mahomes won MVP, but unfortunately his Chiefs lost to the Bills in the divisional round. McCaffrey came in 2nd. Jackson came in 3rd. Then Fields, Murray, Watson, who in real life obviously did not play in 2021, and now he's on the Browns. Brady, Mayfield, Lawrence, and Wilson. Coach of the Year, Urban Meyer, with Mike McCarthy 2nd, Ron Rivera, Mike Zimmer, David Culley from the Texans, Kevin Stefanski from the Browns, Griffin Murphy, who was supposed to be Bill Belichick, but instead no Bill Belichick, so he's a Patriots coach. Robert Saleh, the Jets coach, Matt Nagy, the Bears coach, and Cliff Kingsbury, the Cardinals coach. So Vinny J, the Packers head coach, wasn't even top 10. And then AFC, Offensive Player of the Year, Mahomes, Defensive Player of the Year, Von Miller, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Trevor Lawrence, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jeremiah Oswitadwa. I cannot pronounce that name, sorry. And then over in the NFC, Defensive Rookie of the Year is Zaven Collins. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Fields. Defensive Player of the Year, Chandler Jones. Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. So, yeah, that's a yearly award. Now let's get into that cutscene for the Super Bowl Media Day, and then we'll get into the Super Bowl. It is 6-minute quarters, by the way, 6-minute quarters, so participate in Super Bowl Media Day. It'll probably be probably me. That's the Super Bowl Media Day. Usually that's like a Tuesday, there, that Tuesday before the Super Bowl. Every coach's dream is to hoist the Lombardi Trophy as confetti rains down. You have a chance to do that for the first time this week. What would a win mean to you? I mean, this is his first year. Remember that. Everything. But like you said, every coach dreams of this moment, so it would mean everything to me. All the work we put in is to prepare for this moment when we have the opportunity to call ourselves champs or something like that. So it says I've earned 10 staff points. So yeah, it could have went everything or just the beginning, but I don't know everything because who knows how long this series is gonna go. Because yes, it is April, and regardless if we win or lose this game, most likely I will do, or regardless if I win or lose this game, I'll most likely do a second season in the series. And the next episode of this series, regardless if we win or lose this game, will be week 1 for season 2. Or like I said, next episode of the series, if there is one, which there should be. Like I said, most likely we'll do a season 2, regardless if we win or lose this game. And the next episode of the series, if there is one, regardless if we win or lose this game, will be week 1 for season 2. It'll be week 1 for season 2. I do all the off-season stuff. That's including the draft. The free agent, that includes re-signing players, free agency, and the draft, and all the off-season stuff. I do that all off camera. I do that all off camera. So the next episode of the series, if there is one, will be week 1 for season 2. Week 1 of the regular season, obviously. Yeah, that's it. So now let's play the Super Bowl. Let's get into it. Skip that. Play full game, obviously, but it's the Super Bowl. And I mean, this is a big game. Ken Rodgers did his second Super Bowl. This is his second Super Bowl appearance. He won his first one back in 2010. Beat the Steelers at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, 31-25, I believe. We're in 88 overall. They're in 84 overall. Lamar Jackson has Schutz, and then Marlon Humphrey, who's not even a superstar, just up there, along with Calais Campbell, right end, and Humphrey, the cornerback. Devontae Adams, our receiver, has double me. Alexander, our cornerback, has a shutdown, and Rodgers, our quarterback, has gambler. And remember, Adams is still on this team, although unreal if he did get traded to the Raiders. But in this game, we still have him. Play call enhanced. Let's get in the Super Bowl right now. Packers and Ravens. Packers are technically the road team, and the Ravens are the home team. Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium in LA. I just have Hollywood Brown. That's Marquise Brown. Alexander had 30 tackles, 2 interceptions. Rodgers 39 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. Obviously, we were 11-6 in the regular season. They were 10-7. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's watch a finition. Alan Roach. We did play the Ravens, by the way, in Week 15 in the regular season. We lost 29-22. It was a day I played off camera, and it was a day I played the moments. And like I said, the Ravens beat the Packers 29-22. That game was in Baltimore. Obviously, this game is in LA at SoFi Stadium. But obviously, Week 15, obviously that was, this game probably was like 2 months ago or whatever. Or a month and a half ago, and obviously that was in Baltimore. This is not in Baltimore or Green Bay. It's in LA, obviously. There's the coin toss. They did win Super Bowl 47. They did beat, Ravens did beat the 49ers in Super Bowl 47. That was the game in New Orleans at the Superdome where the lights went out and there was like a 30-minute delay. But they beat the 49ers. It was like, I forgot the score. It was like 31-28 or something. I don't remember. So Mason Crosby is our kicker, but if I remember right, our punter. First time they're in the Super Bowl since 2010. Yeah, I mean, Vince Lombardi Trophy. That was our coach. Vince Lombardi was the Packers coach back in the day. Our kicker is Mason Crosby, but our punter is J.K. Scott, and he does the kickoffs and the punts, and then our kicker Mason Crosby does the extra points and the field goals. No wind inside SoFi Stadium. The Ravens do get the ball first. I'll take that though because I'd rather for us they get the ball at 7.5, so we can try to double dip. Score at the end of the first half and score at the start of the second half. Neat. He needs an end zone touchback. Here comes Lamar Jackson. And we know, like I said, the Ravens won Super Bowl 47 in New Orleans against the 49ers. Packers, like I said, beat the Steelers in Super Bowl 45. 2 years before Super Bowl 47, obviously, beat the Steelers 31-25 in Dallas, and Dobbins, the Ravens running back, is blown up for a loss of 1 on the first play of the game. Good job, D. Obviously, have Kenny Clark on the D line. Dean Lowry still has Darius Smith in this game, although in real life we released him, and now he's on the Vikings. And yeah, I realized that Darius Smith got released and then signed with the Vikings via free agency. But in this game, we still have Darius Smith, Dean Lowry, Kenny Clark. We do have Preston Smith in this game still, and we also have him in real life. Jackson will escape, and he'll run with it, and he just taken down. He only got 8 though, and he needed 11. He only got 8. 4th and 2. Good tackle. And here comes a punt team for Baltimore as they do 3 and out. Assuming they don't fake it. That was a good tackle though on Lamar Jackson. And now I almost blocked that. It might actually have been farther than I thought. But here's Tom from the 20 on the return. The longtime Packer, and he's up. Well, was a longtime Packer. Cobb was on the Packers to start his career, and then obviously left after the 2018 season. Then I was on the Cowboys in 2019. I believe I believe he was on the Texans in 2020. And then obviously signed with the Packers via free agency before the 2021 season. In real life, we still have him, although Adams obviously now is gone. In real life, they did extend Rodgers, but then traded Adams. Here we go. Here's a snap, first play from scrimmage for Green Bay, and he's gonna throw it to his Pro Bowl receiver and future Hall of Famer Devontae Adams, and he doesn't make the catch. 23 yards, first down, Green Bay. On the first play of the drive, the first drive for Green Bay in the Super Bowl to the Baltimore 42, first down. And here's Jones, our running back, who has after 2020, we extended him for after the 2020 season, we gave him a 4 or 5 year extension. And obviously we also have A.J. Dillon, Robert Tonyan. I mean, this is a pretty good offense. And here's Tonyan, and he was wide open. Not wide open, but he was open. He's tackled at the 27-yard line, or the Baltimore's 27-yard line. First down, Green Bay. And remember, when the TV moves, the screen, the camera moves. If the TV is cut off and/or if the camera's crooked, I'll try to fix it as soon as I can. It's kind of hard though because I'm playing. Here we go. Now Rodgers will escape. And he'll throw it, and it's caught. It's Curtis Samuel, who we got via trade from Washington during the season, and he'll make the catch. 1st and 10, Green Bay at the Baltimore 14, just over halfway through the first quarter. Remember, 6-minute quarters. Here we go. Now we'll give it to Jones, and he cannot break through the number 3's tackle. Good open field tackle by number 3 for Baltimore. Did get 2 yards though. 2nd and 8. From the right hash, 2nd and 8 from the 12 for Baltimore. Here we go, play action. And wide open is Samuel. Touchdown Green Bay. And the Packers strike first in the Super Bowl. As Samuel gets the first touchdown of the game, 6-0 Green Bay. As he was wide open in the middle of the end zone. There's Crosby for the PAT, and it is right down the middle with Jordan Love, our Bennett quarterback, as the holder. 7-0 Green Bay. Drove 64 yards in just over 2.5 minutes. Here's a hit by our punter, J.T. Stott. 7-0 Green Bay. 2:04 to go in the opener quarter in the Super Bowl. And that will be need an end zone touchback. Here we go, and now there's a run, and now, oh no, he might be gone, and now he might be gone. Trying to catch him is Kin, he cannot though. Touchdown Baltimore. One play, 75-yard rushing TD for Dobbins, and this game is going to be tied if Tucker can boot in the extra point, as the Ravens respond with that Panthers touchdown with a one-play, 75-yard rushing touchdown for, or one play, 75-yard drive. It was a one play, 75 yards, lasted 9 seconds, and it was then that 75-yard rushing TD for Dobbins, Ravens running back. And here's a tip by Tucker. 1:55 to go in the first quarter, 7-7 game. Return from the one by Randall Cobb. And some open space in front of him. And he's up to the 32-yard line, 1:50 to go in the first quarter, 7-7 game. 31-yard return for Cobb. As obviously the Panthers did 3 and out the Ravens in their first drive. Then they went down. The Panthers offense went down, scored a touchdown, and then the Ravens scored that touchdown on that one play, 75-yard TD for Dobbins. Here we go. And now pressure's coming. Rodgers gets it away to Tanyan. Rodgers 5 for 5, 63 yards and a TD. Got 5, setting down at 5. Tanyan 2 receptions, 16 yards. 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Here we go. Play action. And he'll throw it up top, and it's off the hands of Samuel. First incomplete pass for Rodgers, and now it's 3rd and 5. Kind of changing here. Here we go, play action. Huge 3rd down. Tanyan cannot hang on. He got hit right when the ball was coming. This is a good call, no PI, but it's incomplete, and the Panthers go 3 and out. And here's a punt by J.T. Stott, first of the game. 1:10 to go in the first quarter in town, 7-7 game. Ravens did the ball back. And now if you return from at the 15-yard line, and number 11 is tackled right on the spot at the 16. 1:04 to go in the first quarter, 7-7 game. Baltimore gets the ball back. Here we go, throw it this time, and there was a number 89, Mark Andrews. The tight end was open, but it's thrown to the left. Andrews is right. You guys our left. My left. Your guys' left, but Andrews right. Sending down 10 now, and play action. All the time in the world for Jansen, wide open. It's 14, which I believe is Marquise Brown, I believe. No, it's Sammy Watkins. Never mind. First down, Baltimore. 33 seconds to go in the first quarter in town. And I'm on Kenny Clark now. Pretty good defensive end or whatever he is. Here we go, and that is a run. This is not a 75-yard touchdown. It's only like a 1-yard gain, I believe. 2-yard gain. Sending down an 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2 seconds to go. Will they do another play? They will not. 7-7 after 1 quarter of play here in the Super Bowl. Here we go. Start of the 2nd quarter here at SoFi Stadium. Tied at 7. 2nd and 8 for Baltimore at their own 34-yard line. Here we go. And bowling over. That ball is caught by number 12. The tackle by Kevin Tin. And it is a first down. I'm not sure who that was. That was Bateman. I'm not sure what number Brown is. I have no idea. Here we go. 1st and 10 now. And now it is a run. And he started to run the NFL Shield. 4 rushes, 80 yards, and a TD for Dobbins. He got 4 there, sending down and 6. Remember, we did ball after halftime. Here we go. Here's Dobbins. And Dobbins is down to our 46. First down, Baltimore. They do, that's for sure. We got to stop. Here we go. It's a QB keeper by Jackson. It's a QB draw. He did a handed it off for Captain himself. QB read or whatever it's called. He got sits though. Captain himself got sits. Sent it down and 4 minutes to go in the first half. They're shooting a lot of time. And now Dobbins is finally bottled up. Gained a yard. Now it's 3rd and 4. Huge third down. Because remember, there's under 4 minutes to go here in the half. Remember, it's only 6-minute quarters. We did ball after halftime now. This is a strong safety blitz. Dobbins to Jackson's left. And play action. And Johnson is sacked! A huge play by Rashawn Terry! And we backed him up to our 48-yard line and knocked him out of field goal range. Even though they have Justin Tucker, one of the best kickers in the game, that knocked him out of field goal range. Lost about like 10 or whatever. And now it punts Angel to the right, and that will be out of bounds at the 10-yard line. At 3:03 to go in the first half. 1st and 10 Green Bay at their own 10-yard line, but it's still a 7-7 game as that sacked by Rashawn Terry, not Baltimore out of field goal range. Here we go, and now it's a run by Jones, and he ran right into a defender. 308 yards for Jones, 7 down and 8. He only got 8 out of that. Both teams have all 3 timeouts plus a 2-minute warning. 2:35 to go. Here we go. It's a slide. It's a slide, and that ball, my word, it was thrown wet. It was offline and it hit the hands of the defender. Should have been picked off. Luckily, it was not. 8-6-6 hut. 3rd and 8 now. Packers had 3 out last time, trying to avoid that again. And here we go, the Samuel, and that's broken up. As Rodgers were 5 for 5, now he's 5 for 9. That's back-to-back 3 and outs for Green Bay, and that's not leave Baltimore in a good field position with just over 2 minutes to go. And that will be returned from their own 40. And that will, you'll get it to midfield, and that's where he's tackled at R49. As he got about, what, like an 11-yard return. And he starts at Baltimore starts at R49. 2:17 to go. They have all 3 timeouts plus a 2-minute warning. 7-7 game. Remember, we hit the ball after halftime. Here we go. Here's a throw. Andrews gets in the game. That's his first touch of the Super Bowl. Gain a 3, sending in 3 from R42. And 2-minute warning here, and so here in LA, the score is 7-7. So the Ravens had a 3 and out. Then they had a touchdown on one play. Then they had a punt, and then the Packers had a touchdown. Then back-to-back 3 and outs. Here we go. Here we go. And that ball is, I thought the guy was going to be able to jump it. He did, though. Didn't pick it off, but he got Andrews for a loss of, I don't know. I think he got a yarder. Either way, it's 3rd and 2 now. Yeah, I should have called a timeout, but didn't. Here we go. Here's a throw, and it's caught. And it's Bateman to R31. 1:25 to go in the first half, and counting. First down, Baltimore. Here we go. And now a ball picked it off. A Savage just sent out his left hand, hit it down, but he literally could have picked that off. 2nd and 10 now, 1:09 to play. 2nd and 10 for Baltimore, R31. Here we go, Jackson, that ball's caught. And that's Brown, number 5. 1 minute to go, and Baltimore will call their first time out of the half. 1:01 to go, 1st and 10 at R18. From the right hash, Stevens trying to at least hold him to 3. Here we go, trying to bullet guy over, and Savage should have picked that one off. Especially the first one. Maybe not that second one, but especially that first one he should have picked off. 2nd and 10. 59 seconds to go. Here we go, and that ball wide open. It's Brown, and Brown's into the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. They have their first lead of the Super Bowl. It's Marquise Brown. I think I'm not botching his name. And Baltimore has their first lead of the game. Here's the PAT by Tucker, and it is right down the middle. 14-7 Baltimore. 55 seconds to go, but we still have 55 seconds and all 3 timeouts. Plus we hit the ball after halftime. So we have 55 seconds and all 3 timeouts here in the first half. Plus we hit the ball to start the second half. Here's Tom from about a yard or 2 deep. Here's Tom trying to spark something up to the 27-yard line, up to the 27-yard line. 51 seconds to play. So we had a touchdown, then back-to-back 3 and outs. So trying to get something going here. And here we go, and now it's a screen, but no one is there for any blocking. That completely got blown up. Loss of 4. Baltimore never called a timeout, so I'm not calling a timeout because I don't want possibility of Baltimore to call a timeout. Neither did I, because I don't want Baltimore to get the ball. So there's only 23 seconds to go. Play already started here. Here we go, Rodgers up top. Adams has got it. What a throw by Rodgers in the first down for Green Bay in a while. What a catch by Adams. 19 seconds to go. 1st and 10 at our 48. But now they have Hail Mary defense or prevent defense for Baltimore. Still have all 3 timeouts. Here we go. And now wide open is Cobb. As they were, I don't know why they had prevent defense out there. They had 3 safeties back or 3 guys deep, but preventing a Hail Mary. But if you do that, that leaves the middle of the field wide open, and that's what happened there. 13 seconds to go. We're at their 20. Now they're in normal defense. We have 2 timeouts. Here we go. Here we go. Here's a throw, and it's caught by Cobb, and he's in. Touchdown, Green Bay. Randall Cobb with a Super Bowl TD, and we're within an extra point of tying the game. What a drive by Green Bay. Went back-to-back 3 and outs, but they drive down, did a touchdown in like 40 seconds. And the PAT by Crosby is right down the middle. 14-14 game. 7 seconds to go in the first half. And remember, we did block for halftime. 4 plays, 74 yards, 44 seconds long. And this game is tied. Remember, we did block for halftime. And that will be a return from about the 1 or 2 yard line. This should be the last play of the half, and it will not be. 3 seconds to go. 1st and 10 for Baltimore at the 25. They're probably just kneeing it here. Probably just kneeing it. And they are. They're in knee formation. Remember, we did ball for halftime, as this game is tied at 14 at halftime. Jackson O'Neal, 14-14 game at halftime here in the Super Bowl. Let's listen to Orlando, and let's listen to John Coachman and the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. It does. Here we go, second half. Packers hit the ball at the second half here in the Super Bowl. Game's tied at 14. 12 minutes to go in this game. Remember, it's 6-minute quarter, so 12 minutes to go in this game. Game's tied at 14. That will be a touchback. It's Cobb in the end zone. Here we go. First play of the half for Green Bay, and Jones, who only has 11 rushing yards on 4 attempts, got 3 there, sending down and 7. Obviously, usually halftime's like 12 minutes, but in the Super Bowl it's like 30 minutes. This is a halftime show. Here we go. Play action. All the time in the world for Rodgers. And he's going to throw it back across his body. He's got Samuel. Great blocking by the offensive line. Samuel, 32-yard reception. First down, Green Bay. Great blocking by the O-line. Allowed Rodgers to find Samuel, who has obviously had that first touchdown with Cobb having that second one. And here's Jones, who only got, I think, 3 more. And he did get 3, sending down and 7. Here we go, and now Jones at the middle again, and that's, I think, his biggest run of the game. First down, Green Bay to the Baltimore 28. 4:20 to go in the third quarter and counting. Here we go. And now a throw, it's caught by Tanyan, and he's down to the 6. First down, or first and goal for Green Bay at the Baltimore 6. Here we go, and now Jones up the gut, and he is down to the 1, as he was just short of the line. Now let's just punch it in, send it up from the 1, going even for Baltimore. That might be even inside the 1, I don't know. Give it to Jones, and Jones is in, touchdown Green Bay. And Lewis Patrick, offensive lineman for Green Bay, is hurt, but Jones did get in, and the Packers retake the lead. I hope I didn't miss this. But I thought I missed it for a second because I missed the meter coming down, but there was no wind, so it still was inside the uprights. Drove 75 yards in just over 3 minutes. 2:58 to go in the 2:58 to go in the third quarter. 21-14 Green Bay. We scored 14 unanswered. And that will be a touchback. First and 10 for Baltimore at their own 25-yard line. 2:58 to go in the third quarter. It's their first drive of the second half. 21-14 Green Bay. That Lewis Patrick, our right guard, has a foot contusion. Re-injury risk is high. Our backup is Royce Newman, a 68 overall. Let's put in the backup because the re-injury risk is high. So that's what I'm going to put in the backup here. Here we go. Come on, D. And now it's a run by Dobbins. Broke a couple of tackles. He's still going. And he got like 13 yards after contact. I believe he got like 13. He's over 100 rushing yards. And 7 rushes, 101 yards, and a TD. Which was on that 75-yard TD on that first play of one of their drives. What, in the first half. Here's Dobbins. Wide open in the middle. And he's down to the 42 of Green Bay. As he they go from their own 25-yard line to our 42-yard line in, 2 plays. And both were rushing plays. Dobbins to Darius Smith. I don't like how there's a big gap in the middle. Here we go. And now it's a QB draw again. Or QB read, and Jackson is tackled. It's not a sack because it was a designed QB run, but it's a tackle for a loss. So it's not a sack, but like I said, it's a tackle for a loss. Lost 3 yards back to our 45. 1:30 to go in the third quarter. We're up 7. 7-13 for the Ravens. Here we go. And now it's Dobbins. And Dobbins is down to the 41-yard line. Or that's not Dobbins, it's Edwards, their other running back. 3rd and 10 now. Huge third down here. They're on the edge of, it'll be like a 60-yard field goal from here. Or 58, 59. Here we go. Jackson will throw it, and what a move! And now finally, Dobbins is tackled. It took like 5 Packers players to tackle him. I believe that was Dobbins, but at least it took about 5 players to tackle that Ravens player. They aren't going to kick it though. They are kicking it. There's the 36-yard line, so it'll be like a 53-yarder or something like that. Yeah, it's 53 yards from the left hash. The Packers lead to 4. And now they're faking it. It's a fake field goal, and Tucker is tackled. As the Ravens fake the field goal, but does not pay off. As I believe that was Adrian Amos, one of our safeties, who tackled Tucker, the kicker, as the holder flipped it back to Tucker, but Tucker did not run it for the first down or throw it to one of his teammates for the first down to take over at our own 44-yard line. 19 seconds to go in the third quarter, still up by 7. And even a field goal made it a 2-score game. Throws it up to Adams, and he comes down with it to the Ravens' 37-yard line. First down Green Bay, and that will be the last play of the quarter. Incredible, my goodness. End of the third quarter here in the Super Bowl. The score is 21-14 Green Bay. We scored 7 points in the first quarter, second quarter, and the third quarter, and the Ravens scored 7 points in the first and second quarter, but scored 0 points in the third. And it should have been 3 points if they didn't fake that field goal, but they did. Like I said, even a field goal for us would make it a 2-score game. Here we go. Here's Jones on a run. Bounced off one of his offensive linemen, and he got 5, 7 down and 5. Here we go. It's a bootleg. It's a bootleg. Rodgers will keep it as he got 3, pushed out of bounds. 3rd and 2 now. Third and 2 now. 5 minutes to go. And now Jones will run it, and he does not get it. As he got nothing. 4th and 2 now, but I'm going to... Well, it says to go for it, but I should tip it because that'll make it a 2-score game. I'm going to tip this. Coaches suggest to go for it, but I want to tip it to make it a 2-score game. It's a 46-yard field goal for Crosby, who's a pretty reliable kicker, knock on wood. Just to make it a 2-score game from in between the hash marks. 4:30 to play. And the tip by Crosby is right down Broadway. And the Panthers lead by 10, 24-14 Green Bay with like 4:25 to play or something like that. But either way, there is 4:27 to play in the game, and the Panthers lead 24-14. So we're up by 10, which is 2 scores at 24-14 with 4:27 to play in the game. Yeah, that's why I didn't go for it, because now it's a 2-score game. It's not 2 touchdowns, but it is 2 scores, a touchdown and a field goal. 24-14 Green Bay, 4:27 to play. It'd be nice if we did a turnover. What a throw across his body. And he got, I think, 5 to the 30. 4:20 to play. Now 4 minutes to go. Blitzing the ball 3 times plus a 2-minute warning. Yeah, you don't need a touchdown, but if you're the Ravens, I don't know why you fake that field goal. Here's a throw. I don't know what that was, but kept them in balance. Clock keeps running. Johnson is 10 for 14, 89 yards and a TD. Obviously, Dobbins is the other TD. It's 3.5 minutes to go, and they're not hurrying up at all. They're on 38-yard line. 3:20 to play on Townend. Here we go. Johnson in the pocket, looking for someone, and he's sacked by Zadarius Smith. When, like I said, in real life, they released him, and then he signed with the Vikings via free agency. But in this series, or in this franchise, he's still on the Packers. Loss of 8, 10 and 18 with under 3 minutes to play. And no urgency seems like from this Baltimore offense. And now Jackson will throw it, and it's offline as it went between. It's offline to play. Now it's 3rd down, so it's 4-down territory. Them being down by 10 with 2:47 to go. 3rd and 18 though. They got it to their own 47-yard line for a first. He's gonna throw it up. That ball is batted down by Jair Alexander, the Pro Bowl corner. And now it's 4th and 18. This is pretty much ball game if they don't get it. Come on, defense. He might be throwing it up. I don't know. He is throwing it up. To the other side now. Batted down. We got Chandler Sullivan as he did that on 3rd down. To the right. Alexander batted it down. Then he did it to the left. And I believe that's Sullivan who knocked it down. And the Packers stayed over at the Ravens 30. 1st and 10 from the Ravens 32. 30 on the go. We're up by 10. So I'll run it here. And they're probably going to call their timeouts. And they actually might not. And if they don't, we can take that down to the 2-minute warning. Oh, I'm not going to do a play. Why not? Here I don't have to, but I'm going to do it anyways. Jones broke a tackle. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. It's 12 rushes, 41 yards, and a TD, I believe. Total offense season rate is 29th. Yards today, 328. Or the season rate is 29th. Yards today, 328. 2-minute warning. Panthers up by 10. They have the ball at the Ravens 23-yard line. 2 minutes to go. It's 3rd and 3. And I don't run it again. Here we go. No, run it again. Jones will get the first down, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. And that is your dagger as the Panthers lead by 16. And that is your dagger as the Panthers are 155 away from being Super Bowl champs. As we are just under 2 minutes away from being Super Bowl champs. And the Panthers are up by 17 as that touchdown is your dagger. 31-14 Green Bay, and we're a minute 55 away from being Super Bowl champs. And there's a tip by Scott. And that will be a touchback. Panthers lead by 3 scores. Or up by 17, which is 3 scores at 31-14. Here we go, the throw, and that ball is caught by Andrews. Out of bounds, 5 yards, clock will stop, but at this point we're playing like, we're only rushing 3 and dropping 8. Here we are, the throw, that ball is caught, but he's in bounds, up to the 40. Jackson's at 140 yards. Now let's try to maybe send in a blitz or something. And there's a throw in, complete, send it down. Here we go, and that ball, or it's a screen, and Diamonds are going out of bounds at our 46. But remember, we're up by 3 scores, so if it was 2 scores, I'd probably want to do this prevent, but it is 3 scores, so I'm going to do this. Here we are, the quick throw caught, 9 yards. He didn't get the first down. Sending down at 1. Here we go. And now Jackson is set, strip set, and picked up by Rashawn Derry. As he had the sack earlier, and now he has a fumble recovery here. As I'm not sure who had the strip sack. I'm not sure. Oh, that was Adrian Amos. I believe that was like a safety blitz or something. That was Adrian Amos with the strip sack, and Rashawn Derry, who had the sack with the fumble recovery. As it's the first turnover for Baltimore or either team. 1:09 to play. Packers have the ball up 17, first and 10 for Green Bay, 1:09 to play in the game, up 17, we're at the 50. And here we go, here's Jones, he got a yard, as Jones also has 2 touchdowns, Rogers has 2 passing touchdowns, 1 to Cobb, 1 to Samuel, and obviously Jones is the other 2. Adams, unfortunately with our cap situation, I'm not sure if we'll be able to re-sign him. And that is the case. This is his last game as a Panther, and unfortunately, he did not get a touchdown in this game. If this is really his last game as a Panther, because the Panthers have like no cap space, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to re-sign. And if that's the case, his last game as a Panther, and obviously he won't be scoring a touchdown in this game. 13 seconds to go. We don't have to run this play, but we're going to do it anyways. As yeah, it's 4th down now. But it doesn't matter because the Ravens aren't calling timeouts. Because it doesn't matter. 3, 2, 1, and the Packers are Super Bowl champs, as Vinny J, in his first year as the Packers head coach, has won it all, as the Packers win the Super Bowl 31-14 over the Ravens, as confetti flies here at SoFi Stadium. As Rodgers has his 2nd Super Bowl, and the Packers as a franchise has their 5th. So it's, like I said, that's Rodgers' 2nd Super Bowl in his career, and as a franchise, this is the Packers' 5th Super Bowl. So 5th Super Bowl, Packers won Super Bowl 1, 2, I think 31, 45, and now 56. As it's their 5th, this is the 5th Super Bowl win for the Packers as a franchise, and this is obviously the 7th Super Bowl win in Aaron Rodgers' career, and the first for Davante Adams. As we shut out the Ravens in the 2nd half. And Aaron Rodgers, 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a 75% completion percentage, is the Super Bowl 56 MVP. Should be, I mean, pretty good. Here's a Vince Lombardi trophy. There it is. Up there is obviously Vinny J, the Packers head coach. Aaron Rodgers, the Packers quarterback. Aaron Jones, the Packers first-string running back. Davante Adams, the Packers first-string receiver. And I believe Chris Barnes, who's the Packers middle linebacker. So it's the Packers quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Or it's the Packers quarterback, running back. Or it's the Packers quarterback, running back. Or it's the Packers quarterback, running back. Or it's the Packers quarterback, running back, wide receiver, middle linebacker, and head coach. So up there was what? Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Davante Adams, Chris Barnes, and Vinny J, the Packers head coach. As the Packers beat the Ravens 31-14 here in Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium in LA. As Rodgers 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then Jackson 127 yards and a touchdown. As obviously a 75-yard rushing TD for Dobbins was the other touchdown for the Ravens. And then for the Packers, obviously Rodgers had 2 touchdowns. One, the first one to Samuel, second one to Cobb, and then obviously Jones had the other 2 touchdowns. And then for Jackson, obviously Dobbins had the first touchdown, and then obviously the second touchdown. Lamar Jackson threw the ball to throw a passing touchdown to Marquise Brown. Jones 16 carries, 66 yards. Adams 3 receptions, 68 yards. Curtis Samuel 3 receptions, 56 yards. So I mean, pretty good game for both sides. QB rating 156.3, which I believe is perfect for. I believe that's a perfect QB rating for Jackson. 94.3, went 14 of 22, 127, 1 touchdown. Obviously Rodgers 12 for 16, 211, 2 touchdowns. Neither quarterback threw a pick. The only turnover was that strip sack by Adrian Amos with a minute left. And then rushing, Jones 6 for 66, 2 touchdowns. Dobbins 8 for 122 and a touchdown. Jackson 4 for 10. Gus Edwards, who's their other running back, 1 for 4, and then Rodgers 1 for 3. And then receiving, I'm just going to do team by team. Dobbins 4 for 31, Andrews 3 for 13, Bateman 3 for 27, Watkins 2 for 25, Brown 2 for 31, and their only touchdown, or only receiving touchdown, after the other touchdown was that Dobbins rushing TD. And then for the Packers, Samuel 3 for 56 and a TD, Tanyan 3 for 38, Adams 3 for 68, Cobb 2 for 53 and a TD, and then Jones on that slip screen 1 for netted at 4. So that's how he got netted 4 yards, was on that slip screen, halfback slip screen. But other than that, I mean, pretty good. I know you might not see where like Alan Lazard and MVS, they're on the team, and just that they never played, and I believe both of them are free agents after the season. And we have like no cap room, so you might see a lot of different players on this team that come next year. Because like the reason I traded for Samuel is because we had Devin Funchess, who was supposed to be a free agent after this year. I wanted this receiver that wasn't going to be a free agent. So that's Curtis Samuel is not a free agent. Tanyan's not. I don't think Tanyan is. Adams definitely is. Cobb's not. Jones is not. So sorry, I just shut the table. But I mean, if we lose Adams, MVS, and Lazard, I mean, who do we have left? I mean, we still have Tanyan as a tight end, but for receiver we have obviously we have Samuel, we have Cobb, we have Amari Rodgers, and obviously we did maybe pick up a receiver. Well, I was going to say free agency, but if we have no cap room, that's not going to happen. But we did pick up a receiver. Like the Packers situation in real life, they have like no receivers. And same that might happen in this series as well. But like in real life, for this series, as well as real life, obviously they can get another receiver or receivers, or get receiver or receivers, probably receivers plural, via the draft and or via trade. And that's probably the same thing here, because if we're going to lose Adams, that would be unfortunate, but I might be able to tag him, maybe. If I am able to, I will. But even then, if we lose Lazard and MVS, well, really, we don't really need him, because like, in this game, I never said their name once, until just now. And obviously we do need some batted receivers just in case someone gets hurt, but I could get them, via the draft or something. But obviously the draft, I'm not sure. I think our pick would probably be like the 32nd pick, so it's like it would be late. But if I even did like a 70 overall receiver, maybe high 60s, low 70s, I'll take that. This team to look a lot different. Obviously, like I said, all the off-season stuff will be off camera. The re-signing players, picking players up in free agency. I doubt we can do either of those because of our cap room, and the draft, obviously. But like I said, all the off-season stuff will be off camera in the next episode of the series, if there is one, which most likely there will be. So I do want to do a second season to see if the Packers can defend their title. But like I said, if there is a next episode of the series, it will be week 1 for season 2. It'll be week 1 of the regular season, obviously, of season 2. And obviously, you guys will find out when that's gonna go up, when I post it. And obviously, when I post it, you'll find out who we will be playing. Obviously, I don't even know. Until I sim there, I don't know. But obviously, you guys will find out when I post the next episode of the series, when I post it. And when you watch that video, you'll find out who we're playing. It would be cool if it would be a rematch of the Super Bowl or something, or maybe a rematch of the NFC Championship game or something. But obviously, you guys will find out when I post the video, and I will find out when I did the week 1 for season 2. And like I said, if there's next episode of a series, it'll be week 1 for season number 2. And there most likely will be a next episode, or I will most likely do another season of the series. Same thing for my career mode series, because I'm in the Super Bowl in my career mode series. But I'm not going to say anything on my fantasy draft franchise series because I'm still in the regular season, season 1. I'm going to only do 1 season in that my fantasy draft franchise series, but I might do 2 seasons in this series and my career mode series. And over in my career mode series, like I said, we're in the Super Bowl and we're playing the Ravens. So in this series, we're playing the Ravens in the Super Bowl, and that's the same thing in my career mode series. But there's a little differences between this series and obviously, yeah. And there's differences between this series and my career mode series. Yeah, I'll be closing it in that flip because this flip's at the end. So yeah, see you on the other side. So yeah, I said I was going to do a closing this flip, and I will. And it's in next episode of the series if there is one, which most likely I will be doing a second season in the series. But and if there's a next episode of the series, which most likely there will be a next episode of the series. And if there is, it'll be, like I said, week 1 for season number 2. And yeah, let's be on this channel. Might be the next episode of my Boston Red Sox franchise series over, and it'll be the show 21. So that it could be that. Could be something else. I'm not sure, but you guys will find out when I post that video. Or did I someone close on the board? Just up to the like button. Subscribe if you have any. Tell your mom, dad, grandpa, or tell your mom, dad, grandpa, aunts, uncles, friends about these videos. And yeah, I'm gonna see you in episode number 10 of his Green Bay Packers Madden 22 franchise series. See you in episode number 10. And eat a lot of bacon and go Pack Go.